Magician Sports Report is Jess Burton. Jess?
Thank you, John. It's good to be back in the studio. It's great to have sports back, too. Most of them have had decent starts, if not better, all except one. But I think by the end of the fall, we should have successful seasons for all of them, so things are looking up. So today we're going to start with the boys cross country team because they don't have to wait until the end of the fall to say that they've accomplished goals. They've already done that. They're only 3 races into the season. They have done something that no MHS cross country team has ever done before, which is win the Newburyport Clipper Relay Race. The team of Nate Asa, Henrik Adams, and Will Cerruti took first place out of 141 teams in the 6-mile race that is divided into 3 2-mile legs. Nate recorded the fastest opening leg split for any Marblehead runner to ever run at the meet, and when he handed off the baton to Henrik Adams, the team was in second place. Henrik ran a tremendous second leg to hand off to Will Cerruti, who on the final leg tracked down the leaders, then dusted them, going on to win by 11 seconds. His time was the fastest recorded split by any Marblehead runner ever to compete in this event, which they've been attending for 20 years. And that historic accomplishment was sandwiched between 2 conference wins over Salem, 15-45, and Beverly, 25-31. The girls' cross-country team had their top relay team finish 13th. Junior captain Mari O'Connell turned in the fastest MHS split for the 3rd straight year. Mari's 11:45 time on the anchor leg was one of the fastest run by any girl on the course that day. Senior Abby Goodwin ran a 2-minute personal best on the opening leg, and sophomore newcomer Evelina Beletsky had the 2nd fastest MHS time in 13:56. The girls' team is 1-1 in conference after a win over Salem, also 15-45, and a loss to Beverly, 24-31. The boys' soccer team went 3-0 this week to improve to 4-1 on the season, and as they hoped, they're scoring more goals and playing the same tough defense they've been known for over the past few seasons, and it's resulting in wins. Rory Zampese already has 2 shutouts in net as he seems to be getting back to MVP form, and if they're going to play like this in all 3 sections of the field, they're going to be very tough to beat. Just ask this week's opponents. They started off the week with a 2-1 win over Waltham, with Elon Drucker leading the way with his first goal and 2nd assist of the fall. Drucker tallied his 3rd assist on one of 2 Miles Fontella-Tuttle goals in their next game versus rival Swampscott. Miles was named Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game, and here is how he led the Magicians to the win.
Adam Laughlin, number 23 for the Magicians, makes the play on the back end, starts transition up the sideline. Here's Fontella-Tuttle, he rips it, he scores! 1-0 Magicians. Hart centers, low ball. They score! Fontella-Tuttle, his 2nd of the game. Looked like Ulberg got a piece, but it snuck underneath them and in. The Magicians extend their lead.
You can see the game on MHTV Monday, September 16th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday the 21st at 1, brought to you by our community partner, National Grand Bank. The girls' soccer team went into the week looking to shake off a tough early season loss to Masco in their home opener, and I'd say they accomplished that with a 2-0-1 week. They picked up 2 3-0 shutout wins versus their first 2 opponents, an underwhelming Waltham team. Courtney Hitzerich scored twice and Callie Gilmore had the other. Both girls are playing outstanding as Gilmore went on to score her 3rd goal in 3 games versus rival Swampscott, and then she also scored her 4th goal through the first 4 games this season, scoring the game-tying goal on a header with 5 minutes left to force a 1-1 draw with Peabody. The field hockey team had a very disappointing 2023 season, winning just a couple of games, but the team seems much more energized this fall, and they had a huge moment to build off in their first game of the season, upsetting last year's NEC champion Danvers. We missed the team on the fall sports preview, so I caught up with them after that win to get some more thoughts on the season ahead.
Team is looking really great from what I've seen so far. I think this is the best year that I've seen. I think everyone is playing their strongest. This is not only the seniors, but also all the underclassmen, both JV and varsity, I think have had a very good start. People are working hard at practice, and it's really paying off.
And how do you feel about beating Danvers? They were the conference champs.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, we came into it prepared to win, but it still was just an awesome day, and it was an awesome feeling for our team. Good start to the season. Right now, we're focusing on making sure that we're communicating on the field. We're working on a lot of different new plays this season. We have semi-new coach Mia. She was here last year and this year, and we're changing up a lot of things, I think, for the better.
Ava, what was the strength of the team in the Danvers game that you hope to keep up?
You did really well at communication and our spots on the field. We all stayed pretty spread out and we knew where each other were on the field, so our passes went really smoothly and therefore we got a lot of shots on net.
What was an area that the team maybe focused on improving after that game?
We could improve on sprinting and catching up to the ball when the offense of the other team gets it.
Gretchen, what does being a captain mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I started my freshman year having not played field hockey at all, and I also started on the freshman team. So being able to improve that much to be captain and being an older role model for these girls is really important to me.
Who are some of the returning players the team's going to rely on, and maybe some younger ones that are going to step up?
I think both Carolyn Black, who's my sister, and then Kellyanne Salem, Ava's sister, are both really exciting offensive players to watch. And returning defensive players, Kate Andriano and Paige Waldman.
What games are you looking forward to the most?
I'm really excited for Swampscott this year. I'm always excited for Swampscott. I think it'll be a great matchup. There's a lot of talent on this team. I just think if we play as we did in our first game against Danvers, then we'll have great success. Individual goals, I think this year I really want to focus on the mental game, having confidence and pushing myself for every game, setting goals before each game is really important to me, and then also being there and supporting the rest of the teammates and my sister, who has many years left on the team still.
We covered their next game and home opener, and it didn't go nearly as well as the Danvers tilt. Maybe a letdown spot mentally after the big win, which happens sometimes, but it was a bad loss, 5-0 to Gloucester. And since they didn't score, I didn't pick an offensive player for player of the game, despite sisters Ava and Kellyanne Salem both playing solid games, and Avery Black as well. So the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game was Paige Waldman, who played really hard defensively, cutting off some transition play from Gloucester at key times in the game. You can see the full game on Tuesday, September 17th at 7:30 and Saturday the 21st at 2:30. The volleyball team swept North Andover to pick up their first win of the season in their home opener. MHTV was there to cover it, and here are some of the best plays from Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game, junior Greta Sachs, who is making a case for Conference All-Star just 3 games into the season with the numbers that she's putting up.
That was played short, but Sachs hit it. And then she hits it harder that time. And she crushes the spike to finish the point. 5 straight for the Magicians. Right there again is Sachs using her size. Puts her hands up, taps it back over. Back-to-back points for Greta. Really nice play around the net here for the first point. With Sachs. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. De Silva, great setup for Sachs. Greta finishes 23-14.
Sachs had 8 kills in that one to earn player of the game honors. You can see the full game on MHTV Saturday the 14th at 2:30. Sachs went on to put up another monster stat line versus Woburn with 16 kills, 2 blocks, and an ace, but I'm sure she would trade that big night for a win as the Magicians ended up losing the match in 5 games. They're 1-2 heading into a very winnable game versus Winthrop next on the schedule. The golf team lost their first match of the year, but they're 4-1 since then, with 2 dominant wins this week. First in a home match at Tedesco versus Peabody, winning 52.5 to 19.5. Will Macrina, a new name this season, is playing great right now. He was medalist with a 35. Then Marty Ryan was medalist versus Saugus with a par 34. The team score was 58.5 to 13.5, and they have a huge match next time out versus a new rival, Beverly. And as much as I wanted to start with them today, the football team would probably tell you themselves that they don't deserve to be mentioned before the winning teams this week, as they started the season with a 25-6 loss to Bishop Fenwick. The Magicians had the same amount of turnovers as points scored, and that is not how you win football games. And this is the second season in a row that they have lost to Fenwick in their opener, and the schedule gets no easier with King Philip in their next game. The Magicians lost to KP last year at home, 34-6. All right, be sure to follow the MHTV Sports social media pages at MHTV Sports 1 on Instagram, at Jess MHTV Sports on Twitter, and our Facebook and YouTube pages. And you can find the full games that we cover on that YouTube page if you missed the live streams and miss watching them here on the station. John?